My name is Ayesha Khan. I am 24 years old, and until last year, I believed silence was the safest place to hide pain. I work in a small office in the city. Nothing fancy. Just desks, files, computers, and people who pretend to be kind. Every morning, I wore confidence like a shield, neatly pressed clothes, tied hair, and a calm smile. No one knew how heavy my steps felt when I entered that building. It started small. A comment here. A look that stayed too long. A joke that made me uncomfortable but everyone else laughed at. At first, I told myself I was overthinking. He didn't mean it like that. It's normal, don't be sensitive. Stay quiet. You need this job. That's how harassment grows, quietly, fed by fear. One afternoon, my manager called me into his office. The door closed behind me with a soft click that sounded louder than it should have. He stood too close. His words were professional, but his tone was not. I felt my body freeze while my mind screamed. I left the room shaking. That night, I cried in the bathroom so my family wouldn't hear. I scrubbed my face as if I could wash away the feeling of being powerless. I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, asking myself one question again and again: why didn't I say anything? The truth was simple and painful. I was scared. Scared of losing my job. Scared of being blamed. Scared people wouldn't believe me. The next weeks were worse. The comments became bolder. The stares more open. Every day felt like walking through fire while pretending nothing burned. Until one day, something inside me broke, not in weakness, but in strength. I saw another girl in the office, younger than me, flinch at the same voice that haunted my days. In that moment, I realized my silence wasn't protecting me. It was protecting him. That evening, my hand shook as I wrote everything down. Dates. Words. Incidents. I spoke to a senior female colleague I trusted. For the first time, I said the words out loud: I am being harassed. They didn't sound weak. They sounded powerful. The process was not easy. There were questions. Doubts. Long meetings. Some people avoided me. Some whispered. Some looked at me like I had caused trouble. But something incredible happened too. I found support. I found my voice. And I found myself again. An investigation followed. The truth came out. He was removed from his position. The office felt different after that, lighter, safer. But the biggest change was inside me. I learned that silence is not strength. Speaking up is. Today, I tell my story not for sympathy, but for awareness. If you are being harassed, it is not your fault. Your fear is valid. Your voice matters. And to anyone listening, sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is refuse to stay silent. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.